And welcome everybody to my first YouTube video ever. My name is Jero, sometimes Brother Jero, also sometimes known as Jero the Guru, but that's very rare. Um, my channel will probably be called Jero Dynamics. It may be Jero Dynamics XL to to be able to find a YouTube channel that accepts it. But that does appear to be my name. And XL as in I am extra large. Today we are going to keep it very simple. I would like to welcome all 0 of you today since, this is my first video and so no one's actually watching yet. I'm sure I'll get my friends and family to subscribe. Speaking of that, if you like this, like the video, subscribe. I will be coming out with additional content. Um, but I'm sure I'll get my friends and family subscribing and liking. They love me so much. Today we're gonna keep it simple. I'm gonna go over the 40 showcase cards from Double Masters VIP Edition, and I'm gonna give an order. So I will go 40 to 1 in my my order that I would prefer to open them in, and then I will be opening a Double Masters box, VIP Edition. Um, so let's go ahead and get started. We are going to start with number 40. There had to be a 40. So we are going to start with Urza's Power Plant. At 39 is Urza's Mind, and 38 is Urza's Tower. The reason being that I'm saying those three is if I open one, I'm going to want all three. And so opening one just means I'm going to be spending more money to get those other two to go along with it. And then probably the Karn as well. So here we go. Right. I put them in that order because that's the order that I like the art. The way that I'm evaluating the cards is a mixture of things. I'm saying, their art, how good is the art? Do I like the art? Value. Value is important. It's not the most important thing to me, although, I know it is to a lot of people. But value does play a part. I'm also going to take into consideration whether I already own the card. If I already own the card, especially a nice version, which we'll get more into in later videos about my collection and how I view things. But if I already own the card, then I'm a little less likely to want it in most cases. There's going to be a couple exceptions to that rule today. And then last but not least, I am putting them in the order that I would like to play with them. Because I am a collector, but I'm also a player, mostly a commander player, and so Singleton is perfect. All right, so 40 is Urza's Power Plant, 39 is Urza's Mind, 38 is Urza's Power. At 37 is Fatal Push. Art is pretty good, not great. I own a foil Fatal Push. I don't put it in very many decks. It's decent removal, but in Commander, it's not the greatest. So I'll move on from there. Number 36 is Brainstorm. The art is really cool. I do like the art on the Brainstorm. It's not a card that I play very often, but I do own one, foil one. So it's not really something that I'm too excited about pulling. But if I pull it, great. 35 Meddling Mage. I've seen enough of these videos to just assume that's one of the cards that I'm going to pull today, but it is sitting at number 35 for me. I actually do not own a Meddling Mage, but it's the kind of card that I wouldn't typically play very often. Art's pretty good, but it's down there at 35. Next, at 34 is Goblin Guide. Goblin Guide is not really a great commander card, and it is something that I might put in a Goblin deck. If I had the really nice showcase version, I probably would force it in there, whether it belonged there or not. I don't play a lot of Modern, so Goblin Guide's not very high on my list, but I don't own one, so it'd be nice to pull because of that. Next would be Sneak Attack. I don't own a Sneak Attack. We're having that at 33. And I could definitely see putting that in a deck, especially if I make a mono red deck, but some other decks as well. At 32, Phyrexian Metamorph. It's a very low value card. I understand that, but that art is amazing. And although my artifact deck is colorless, I could definitely see wanting to put together a artifact deck that takes into consideration blue, just to put that card in there. Next on the list at 31 is Academy Ruins. It would also go in that deck, an artifact deck that takes blue into consideration. So Academy Ruins at 31. At 30 is Crop Rotation. I do already own a Crop Rotation. I could definitely see putting that in a lands deck, or in most green decks that I need to get a certain land. The art is pretty cool. I'm more likely to use this next one, number 29, Expedition Map. I've also seen those in quite a few pack openings, so I could anticipate pulling one of those today. Art's pretty cool. The card's going in a lot of decks, so I wouldn't mind that. At 28, Wormcoil Engine. That might be a little surprise to a lot of you. That value is up there, pretty decent amount of value. I don't like the art. I'm sorry, I just don't. That card is a card that is in my artifact deck, and I don't even know if I would replace the version I have. Although I would like a foil version, so if that was my regular foil in the pack, I'd be super happy about it. Next, Sword of Body and Mind. I already own one of those in foil, so not terribly excited about opening one, but if I did, cool. That was 27. At 26, same kind of situation, Batterskull. I have a nice version of Batterskull already, but the art is pretty cool. Next, at 25, also a card I already own but the art is amazing, Noble Hierarch. I would put that at number 25. At 24, Thoughtseize. I own a foil Thoughtseize, so this is probably lower than it would be if I didn't, but because that art is pretty amazing. But the original art that I have for that is also amazing. I have the Iconic Masters one, which I think is the original art from the first printing of it. Next is Doubling Season at 23. Now, this is one of my favorite cards of all time. I own 4 copies, 4 different versions of it. I'd love to own a 5th version. Unfortunately, this isn't the best art and wouldn't go in most of my Commander decks. I own the Judge promo one, and that's just going to go in most of my Commander that play Double Season. But I'd be thrilled to open it. Next is Karn Liberated at 22. Karn Liberated, the art, a lot of people are making fun of that art. Let's see where we are time-wise. Okay. A lot of people are making fun of that art. I think it goes well with the panorama. I do own a Karn already, but not a foil version. Wouldn't be too upset to open that one. In fact, really, honestly, I'm not going to be upset to open it today. I'm super excited to open this, whether I lose value, gain value, regardless. All right, next at 21 is Chrome Mox. This would probably be higher, but I own a foil copy of Chrome Mox. And the art on this, while interesting, don't know. I just don't know. But the value is there. Good value. Next, at 20, Dark Confidant. The art is not good. It's just not. But I don't own the card. It's a good card, and I would love to open it. After that, 19, Council's Judgment. Super low value, but I really want the card. I don't own a copy of the card. I love the art. I will play this card, so I would not mind opening a Council's Judgment, and if I don't, why wouldn't I? Next, at number 18, Sword of War and Peace. That's what I have at number 18. I do enjoy the art on this card. It's a decent card, and I don't own a copy of it, so I'd be happy to open it. At 17 is Stoneforge Mystic. I do own a nice foil copy of Stoneforge Mystic, but this art is beautiful. So that I have sitting at 17. At number 16, Sword of Feast and Famine. This is another card that I already own a copy of, but not a foil version. And again, the art is amazing. I do love the art on this card, so I would love to open a Sword of Feast and Famine. And that's sitting at 16, so there's cards I would rather open more than that, but I would be happy to open. At 15, this might surprise a lot of people. Lightning Greaves. Value's kind of low. Obviously, I own a copy of that card. It's in almost every Commander deck, and that's why I want this card, because I will put it in every deck I play. I do enjoy the art, and it is a card that I love playing, so I want to open it. At 14, Blood Moon. I don't think I own a copy of this card, and the art is I'm gonna keep going back to amazing. They did a really good job on most of the art for these cards. Not all of them, but most. Um, I used to own a dark version, the original version of Blood Moon. Traded it away, kind of kicking myself over that. But this would be a good. Next, we have at number 13, Exploration. I do not own Exploration. It would go into a lot of decks that I play. I do like to play green semi often. Most of my favorite decks have some green in them. So I would love to have an Exploration, and that art is great. At 12, Kalia of the Vast. So my preference with cards like these, when I go to pre-releases, I love to open pre-release legendary cards. I love to make commander decks out of the cards that I open. Not only is it for the memories, the cards are pretty, they have foil, so I like to open legendaries. So this one is kind of high up there. I do have a copy of Kalia already, and I've never made a deck out of her, so this might push me to make a deck out of her. Art is pretty good too. All right, next, Sword of Light and Shadow. I love the art. I don't own the card. I really want to own the card. I would play the card. So, Sword of Light and Shadow at number 11. All right, top 10. Cyclonic Rift at number 10. I have a Cyclonic Rift, obviously. I play it in multiple decks. I love the card. The art is amazing. I think I like the original art just a little bit more. Otherwise, this would be higher on the list. The card, if I was able to open just the foil as my regular foil in the pack, that'd be amazing. But I really do like Cyclonic Rift. I like the art. I would love to own that card. At number 9, Sword of Fire and Ice. Again, amazing art. I don't own the card. I'd play the card. It's at number 9. All right, we're getting into some of the big hitters here. Avacyn, Angel of Hope, is sitting at number 8. I already own a foil copy of Avacyn, but it is the From the Vault version, and I know how people feel about the From the Vault version. And this art is just better. The foiling's better. I would play with this card. Right. At number 7, Mox Opal. I do not own a Mox Opal. I want to own a Mox Opal. I love this art. The card is a card I would be extremely happy to open. Next, at number 6, Toxic Deluge. The art is crazy on this card, and it's a card I don't own. Not worth as much as some of the other ones in the top of my list here, but I would love to open it. In fact, I think it's the rare. Yes, it is the highest rare that I have listed. So the perfect pack would have this sitting in the rares. All right, number 5. This may be surprising. Mana Crypt. Coughed on my first video. Okay, so Mana Crypt. I only have it at number 5. Why? Because I already own the Mana Crypt. And the art is great. I do really like this art. More than likely, I would play this version and get rid of my other Mana Crypts. I actually have 2 of them right now, so I would be more than happy to move 2 Mana Crypts and pick up this one. But since I already own it, number 5 is pretty good. Value is amazing. I would love it. At number 4, a drop in value, but also a card I already own. But the art is amazing. I want to play it as my commander. Atraxa is the number 1 legendary creature I have on my list. I play Atraxa. I want that card. If I don't open it here, there's a good possibility I'm buying or trading for it. So I'm going to end up with that Atraxa. It will be mine. Okay, number 3. Can you guess? Can you guess what it is? Do you know what's left? At number 3, Jace the Mind Sculpt. Some people may be surprised with that pick. I play Commander. Jace, not the greatest Planeswalker for Commander decks. Still want it. I don't care. I don't own one. The art's epic. It is, really kind of a flashback to the original there. Would it have been nice with new art? Sure. But I can see why they kept the art. But it's sitting at number 3 for me. At number 2, Blightsteel Colossus. That's one of the first cards I saw spoiled for this set. I don't own a Blightsteel Colossus. I was thinking about buying one. I saw it get spoiled, and so I waited. I'm not a big infect player, but having a finisher with infect is not the end of the world. It's not gonna cause everybody to hate you, I don't think, right? All right, so Blightsteel Colossus is my number 2, and so you guys know which one is left. Force of Will is my number 1. I mean, how could it not be? It's got everything. It's got value. I don't own it. It's beautiful art. I'm gonna play it in most of my decks that have blue in them, if not all. So of course, Force of Will is my number 1 card. Um, okay, so let's get to cracking. This is what most of you people are watching this. You know, other than my friends, my girlfriend, my family, watching it just to support me. But if you're here actually to see what I open, here we go. This is my X-Acto knife set. My lovely girlfriend got this for me. She is great. All right, so let's take a look at this real quick. All right, I'm kind of looking at the camera. Let me make sure it kind of focuses in there pretty good. I purchased this as a single VIP edition pack before all the concern came out about whether or not people could reseal them or anything like that. So if it is, it is. Take it with a grain of salt. This pack was actually purchased off a TCG player. I don't always do that, especially not my sealed product. I usually like to go local. But I had TCG points. Some may call me a whale when it comes to purchases of Magic product. I'm not that much of a whale where I'm going to buy a case of these. So here we go. Let's go ahead and open one. What do you guys think? Do you think it looks like it's been resealed? Hope not. Okay, so let's open this bad boy up. All right, everybody. You'll notice that I do shake a little bit. Hopefully it doesn't throw everybody off from the videos too much. Go ahead and leave that there right now. Toss that to the side. All right. So what do you guys think? All right. Open it up. And I hear I'm supposed to keep the box and send in a seal and get another pack or something like that. One of the regular packs. I will try to do that. Okay. Hopefully this video is not going too long, everybody. Let me do this real quick. Poke myself. Am I bleeding? Yep, bleeding. Oh, you can see it. Oh. Okay. Try not to get blood on the cards. I was worried that was going to happen. Right. Hey everybody, I actually care about all this stuff, but I don't want this video to go super long, so let's kind of take a look at it. All right, boom. Try to get perfect. This is mine. Nice. All right, first in common, Master Splicer. Mishra's Bobble. That's a pretty good one, right? Crop Rotation. That ain't bad. Valor of Akros. Obliette. I'm so glad I opened this. I really am. Just to have the history of it. I don't know if I'm going to play it, but I'm glad I have it. Foil Obliette. Hogwork Assembler. Or Clan Rampager. Full Mulcher. And my first rare Spellkite. Actually, I'm pretty excited about that. I do not own a Spellkite. Sometimes I think about picking one up, and now I have one in foil. Next rare, hopefully mythic, right? Aethersworn Canonist. All right, not too bad. All right, everybody excited? I know I am. Crop rotation, pretty good. 2 crop rotations in the same pack, huh? All right, everybody. Hope for a mythic. Sneak attack. Well, I mean, I got that mythic, right? All right, everybody. Let's see what I got for the lands here. Right, so mountain. Oh, missed one. Forest. Beautiful forest. Love it. Sapperling, Thopter. Okay, everybody. Try not to get blood everywhere. All right. Well, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, like it, subscribe. I will be putting out more content. And in my next video, which I'm going to jump to record right now, so if I'm wearing the same shirt as I recorded it right after this one, in my next video, I will be opening a full booster box. And I'll be able to talk more about what I'd like to do with this channel. All right. Thank you so much. Take care.